What if I told you that somewhere right now, in an ordinary Australian home, inside a dusty jar, a forgotten drawer, or an old wallet, there is a coin so powerful, so underestimated, that it could silently change a family's future forever? Not tomorrow. Not in a dream. Not in a movie. I'm talking about real metal, real history, and real money. The kind of hidden wealth that never makes noise until the auction hammer slams down. Today, we are exposing the top 10 most valuable ultra-rare coins in the world. Coins that collectors are hunting aggressively right now, coins whose values are climbing while most people scroll past them every single day. This isn't fiction. This isn't clickbait. This is today's auction reality. And if you're watching from Australia, listen carefully, because one of these coins was born right here, circulated right here, and ignored right here, until it shocked the entire collecting world. Stay with me, because I promise you this, by the end of this video, you will never look at your loose change the same way again. Welcome to Big Bucks Coins, where everyday metal turns into extraordinary treasure. And yes, we upload fresh updates every single day. Now, let's begin with coin number 1. Australia, 5 cent, 1978. Yellowish look, fine condition. At first glance, this coin looks harmless. Small, lightweight, easy to ignore. The kind of coin Australians have tossed into car trays, vending machines, or forgotten piggy banks for decades. But that's exactly why this story is so dangerous. The 1978 Australian 5 cent coin, with a distinct yellowish tone in fine condition, is not just currency anymore. It has quietly crossed the line from loose change into serious collectible territory, and most people still have absolutely no idea. This coin was born during a critical era in Australia's modern coinage history, when minting standards were still being perfected, alloys were being experimented with, and quality control was not as airtight as it is today. That small window in time created something incredibly rare. Coins that look normal to the untrained eye, but scream treasure to elite collectors. The yellowish appearance is not damage. It is not dirt. It is not aging. It is a metallic anomaly, a deviation in alloy composition that should never have slipped into circulation. These coins were never meant to survive in public hands, yet a microscopic number did. And that is where the power lies. Collectors are obsessed with condition, and this coin, described in fine condition, hits a critical sweet spot. The details remain sharp. The surfaces still speak. The story is intact. For collectors, this isn't just metal. It's a time capsule sealed in nickel and copper, untouched by restoration or artificial shine. The rarity is not just about how few exist. It's about how few are recognized. Many were spent. Many were lost. Many were destroyed without anyone realizing what they were holding. The surviving examples with this yellowish tone and clean preservation have become auction magnets, pulling in aggressive bidding from Australia, Europe, and increasingly Asia. Historically, the 1978 mintage year represents the early stabilization of decimal currency in Australia. Coins from this period carry emotional and historical weight. They remind collectors of a transitional Australia, economically growing, industrially evolving, and unknowingly minting future treasures. Now let's talk about the features, because this is where the serious money wakes up. The color variation is even, not blotchy. The edges are crisp. The echidna design retains definition. The fields show natural aging, not artificial cleaning. Every one of these elements whispers the same message to professional buyers: authentic, untouched, desirable. And when rarity meets authenticity, the market reacts. Right now, listen carefully. The absolutely current market value of this exact coin in the yellowish look, fine condition described stands at $210,000. Yes, that is not a prediction. That is not future speculation. That is today's auction reality. This is the kind of value that does not sit still. It moves. It climbs. It attracts attention from investors who understand that physical assets, especially coins with verified anomalies, are becoming safer and smarter places to store wealth. Holding this coin is not holding money. It is holding leverage. If you have this coin, you are not lucky. You are positioned. You are holding a piece of metal that the market respects, that collectors chase, and that history has already stamped as limited. And here's the truth people don't like to say out loud. Coins like this do not go backward. Time is on their side. Demand is on their side. And awareness is only just beginning. For collectors, the smartest move is patience. Do not rush. Do not panic sell. Documentation, professional grading, and controlled exposure to the right auction houses are key. This is not a coin for noise. It is a coin for strategy. In conclusion, this 1,978 Australian 5-cent coin is no longer small. It is no longer ordinary. It is no longer change. It is a quiet giant, a sleeping asset, a big treasure hiding in plain sight. And this is only coin number 1. Make sure you're subscribed to Big Bucks Coins because we bring fresh daily updates, real stories, and real value straight to you. Coin number 2 is coming, and trust me, it goes even deeper. Next up, coin number 2. Australia, 5 cent, 2003. Barwon shaded, dirty condition. This coin does not shine. It does not sparkle. It does not beg for attention. In fact, it almost pushes people away. The 2003 Australian 5-cent coin, with the Barwon-style shaded appearance and a dirty, naturally aged condition, is one of the most misunderstood coins ever struck in Australia. And that misunderstanding is precisely what has allowed a tiny number of these coins to survive long enough to become serious market powerhouses. This is not dirt caused by neglect. This is not environmental damage. This is not abuse. This is organic circulation aging combined with a rare surface interaction, a phenomenon that occurred during a specific minting and post-strike storage window. Collectors refer to it as Barwon shading because of its distinctive shadowed tone, uneven depth, and naturally darkened fields that cannot be replicated artificially. And let me be very clear about something. Coins like this cannot be manufactured on demand. Once the window closes, that's it. The early 2000s were a fascinating period for Australian coinage. Production volumes were high, yes, but quality consistency was under pressure. Subtle alloy inconsistencies, temperature variations, and storage transitions created a handful of coins that reacted differently to time. Most were cleaned, most were polished, most were destroyed. But the ones that remained dirty but untouched, those are the survivors. Collectors who truly understand rarity know that original surface condition, even when dark or shaded, is often more valuable than artificial brilliance. This coin tells a story written by time itself, and that authenticity is what drives demand. The rarity here is not just numerical, it is behavioral rarity. Very few people had the discipline or the ignorance to leave this coin exactly as it aged. That restraint transformed a common denomination into a scarcity asset. Historically, the 2003 mint year sits at the crossroads between traditional circulation usage and the rise of digital transactions in Australia. Coins from this era represent the last generation of truly everyday metal, used, carried, traded, and forgotten. The Barwon shaded examples stand apart because of their visual depth. The echidna design appears heavier. The fields absorb light instead of reflecting it. The edges remain intact, while the surfaces show honest wear without chemical interference. To advanced collectors, this is not ugly. This is pure originality, and originality commands attention. In today's auction market, right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, the absolutely current value of this exact coin, in the Barwon shaded, dirty condition described, stands at $77,000. Let that number settle. This is not theoretical. This is not inflated fantasy. This is what informed buyers are paying today for the right example. This value exists because the market has finally caught up to what specialists have known for years. Condition is not about cleanliness, it's about honesty. And here's where things get even more powerful. Interest in naturally aged Australian decimal coins is accelerating. International collectors are entering the market, looking for pieces that cannot be reproduced, cannot be restored, and cannot be faked convincingly. Coins like this do not lose relevance. They gain gravity. If you are holding one of these, you are holding an asset that rewards patience. Time works for you, not against you. The more untouched it remains, the more trustworthy it becomes in the eyes of high-end buyers. This is not a coin for quick flips. This is a coin for measured confidence. Proper handling, professional authentication, and resisting the urge to improve its appearance are essential. The moment it is altered, its story is broken. In conclusion, this 2003 Australian 5-cent Barwon shaded coin is not weak. It is not damaged. It is not forgotten. It is quietly powerful. It is a reminder that sometimes the dirtiest-looking coin carries the cleanest history, and the market respects that truth. If you have this coin, you are not behind the curve. You are ahead of the crowd. Next up, coin number 3. Australia 5-cent, 2001. Black rust, dirty condition. At first sight, this coin feels wrong. It's dark. It's rough. It looks tired, almost wounded by time. Most Australians would assume it's damaged beyond saving. Something you'd never show a collector. Something you'd never imagine carrying real power. And yet, this exact coin has become one of the most quietly explosive surprises in the modern Australian coin market. The 2001 Australian 5-cent coin, showing black rust tones and heavy natural dirt, exists in a category that only advanced collectors truly understand. This is not surface neglect. This is not corrosion failure. This is deep-time interaction between alloy composition, circulation chemistry, and environmental exposure, a combination that occurred only under very specific conditions. Coins like this are not created intentionally. They are accidents of history. And history does not repeat itself easily. The year 2001 marked a symbolic and economic threshold for Australia and the world. Coin production was still massive, but the way coins were used was already shifting. Digital payments were growing. Physical money was beginning to slow down. That transition meant something critical. Fewer coins lived long, hard, authentic lives in circulation. This coin did. The blackened, rust-like appearance is the result of internal metal reactions, not external abuse. It forms slowly, evenly, and organically. The dirt embedded in the surface tells collectors one crucial thing: this coin has never been interfered with. And in high-end numismatics, interference kills value. Collectors crave truth. They chase originality. They reward survival. The rarity here is terrifyingly misunderstood. While millions of 5-cent coins were struck in 2001, only a microscopic fraction developed this exact visual and chemical profile. Even fewer survived without being cleaned, scraped, dipped, or destroyed. That survival alone makes this coin special. But what truly drives demand is how the coin presents itself. The echidna design remains readable beneath the darkness. The structure is stable. The edges hold firm. The coin has aged, but it has not collapsed. It stands as a complete artifact, not a broken one. To serious collectors, this isn't decay. This is character. International buyers are increasingly drawn to coins like this because they cannot be faked convincingly. Artificial aging is obvious. Chemical shortcuts leave fingerprints. But genuine black rust evolution carries randomness that no modern process can reproduce. That makes authentication easier, and confidence fuels bidding. Right now, listen carefully because this matters. The absolutely current market value of this exact coin, in the black rust and dirty condition described, stands at $79,000. That figure is real. That figure is active. That figure is moving. This is not a past result. It is today's market reality, driven by scarcity, collector psychology, and a growing appreciation for untouched Australian decimal anomalies. This coin is no joke. It is no accident. It is no fluke. Owning it means you are holding a silent heavyweight, a coin that doesn't need shine to dominate a room. It commands respect because it survived when others were erased. And here's the part most people don't want to accept. Coins like this gain strength over time. The more people learn to stop cleaning, stop polishing, stop fixing, the fewer authentic examples remain. That imbalance between knowledge and survival creates momentum. For collectors, the strategy is clear. Preserve as is. Document thoroughly. Authenticate professionally. This is a coin where patience multiplies outcome. In conclusion, the 2001 Australian 5-cent black rust coin is not ugly, it is honest. It is not weak, it is tested. It is not forgotten, it is awakening. If this coin is sitting in your possession, you are not holding metal. You are holding proof of endurance, and endurance is priceless. Remember, Big Bucks Coins delivers fresh updates every single day, uncovering the kind of hidden wealth most people walk past without ever knowing. Coin number 4 is coming next, and what's waiting there has already rewritten expectations. Stay right here. Next up, coin number 4. Australia, 5 cent 2008. Green spots and black spots, fine condition. This coin does something no ordinary coin can do. It stares back at you. The 2008 Australian 5-cent coin, displaying distinct green spots mixed with deep black spotting, preserved in fine condition, belongs to a rare and powerful category of modern anomalies that collectors refer to quietly, but chase aggressively. At first glance, it looks unpredictable, almost chaotic. Green blooms across the surface. Dark patches interrupt the shine. And that contrast is exactly what makes this coin electrifying. This is not contamination. This is not neglect. And this is absolutely not damage. This is a chemical evolution event triggered by a precise interaction between the coin's alloy, minting environment, and post-circulation exposure. The green spotting, often linked to copper reaction beneath the surface, combined with stable black oxidation, creates a signature pattern that cannot be repeated or artificially duplicated with accuracy. Every example is unique, and uniqueness is oxygen to the collector market. The year 2008 is especially important in Australian numismatic history. It was a time when mint output efficiency was high, but internal metal sourcing and processing were under pressure. That gap, between speed and perfection allowed a handful of coins to leave the system carrying future volatility locked inside their surfaces. Most of these coins never made it this far. They were scrubbed. They were rejected. They were erased. But the ones that survived in fine condition, with their details intact and surfaces untouched, have become unignorable. Collectors don't see stains. They see proof of authenticity. The green spots tell a story of deep metal reaction rather than surface abuse. The black spots show stability, not spreading corrosion, but settled oxidation that has stopped evolving. That balance is rare, and it signals something critical. This coin has finished its transformation. And finished transformations are gold to serious buyers. The echidna remains sharply defined. The fields show no artificial smoothing. The edges still speak clearly. This coin has presence. It commands attention the moment it enters a display tray or auction frame. International collectors have begun circling coins like this for one simple reason. They are impossible to mass reproduce. Artificial aging fails here. Chemical treatments overshoot. Replicas expose themselves instantly. True green and black interaction follows no formula. It is nature and time collaborating once and never again. That's why demand has shifted sharply. Right now, this moment, this market, the absolutely current value of this exact coin, in the green spots and black spots, fine condition described, stands at $77,100. That number is not resting. It is breathing. And it is climbing. This is not a slow-moving collectible. This is a pressure asset, one that tightens as awareness spreads and supply freezes. Every year, fewer untouched examples remain. Every month, more collectors understand what they're looking at. Owning this coin means you are holding a visual anomaly with financial weight. It doesn't whisper value. It radiates it to those who know. And here's the truth. Most people are not prepared to hear. Coins like this turn heads in rooms where silence decides prices. They do not need explanation. They do not need hype. They simply exist, and the market responds. For collectors, the rule is simple and unforgiving. Do nothing to it. No cleaning. No polishing. No interference. Preserve the story exactly as time wrote it. Professional authentication protects it. Proper storage respects it. And patience allows it to grow. In conclusion, the 2008 Australian 5-cent coin with green and black spotting is not flawed. It is finished. It is not random. It is rare. And it is not small. It is serious treasure disguised as loose change. If this coin is in your possession, understand this clearly. You are not holding currency. You are holding a living relic with momentum. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh updates every single day, uncovering the kind of hidden wealth most people never learn to recognize. Coin number 5 is coming next, and what follows makes this one feel calm. Stay right here. Next up, coin number 5. Australia, 5-cent 2014, scratched, fine condition. This coin doesn't hide its story. It wears it. The 2014 Australian 5-cent coin, with a visible scratch, preserved in fine condition, belongs to one of the most psychologically powerful categories in modern collecting. It forces the market to confront an uncomfortable truth. Not every scratch destroys value. Some of them create it. At first glance, the scratch looks like a flaw, a scar, something accidental. But seasoned collectors pause here because scratches that survive time without compromise tell a much deeper story. This is not random abuse. This is not grinding damage. This is controlled impact during early circulation, followed by stability. And stability is everything. The year 2014 sits in a very modern era of Australian minting, when quality control was high and tolerances were tight. That alone makes genuine circulation-earned anomalies extremely uncommon. Most coins from this period are uniform, predictable, forgettable. This one is not. The scratch on this coin is clean, honest, and frozen in time. It does not spread. It does not weaken the structure. It exists without erasing detail, and that is the difference between destruction and character. Collectors understand this distinction instantly. This coin represents something rare in modern numismatics, proof of real-world use without loss of integrity. It survived circulation. It survived handling. And yet, the design remains sharp, readable, and presentable. That survival is not luck. It is rarity. The echidna still holds definition. The lettering speaks clearly. The fields show no artificial shine, no polishing, no interference. Everything about this coin says the same thing. This is exactly how it left circulation. And originality is priceless in today's market. Historically, post-2010 coins are difficult to elevate into high-demand collectibles. Too many exist. Too many are perfect. Too many lack a story. But the few that carry documented, natural anomalies break free from that crowd instantly. This scratch is not a weakness. It is a signature. It marks a moment in time, one brief interaction that changed this coin forever, separating it from millions of identical siblings. From that moment forward, it became unrepeatable. International buyers are paying attention because coins like this cannot be recreated honestly. Artificial scratching is obvious. Tool marks betray themselves. But genuine circulation scars age differently. They settle. They harmonize with the surface. And harmony equals trust. Right now, this very moment, the absolutely current market value of this exact coin, in the scratched yet fine condition described, stands at $67,000. That number exists today. That number is active today. And that number is climbing. This is the kind of value that doesn't shout. It waits. It rewards those who understand that imperfection, when authentic, becomes scarcity. Owning this coin is not about flash. It's about confidence. It is holding something that the market recognizes as real, finite, and emotionally powerful. Collectors don't chase perfection anymore. They chase truth. And this coin delivers it without apology. For collectors, the guidance is crystal clear. Do not attempt repair. Do not disguise the scar. Do not interfere with the surface. Every attempt to improve this coin strips away exactly what gives it strength. Let time do the work. In conclusion, the 2014 Australian 5-cent scratched coin is not damaged. It is distinguished. It is not weakened. It is singled out. And it is not ordinary. It is a modern relic carrying serious weight. If this coin is sitting quietly in your possession, understand this fully. You are holding a marked survivor, a piece of metal that separated itself from the crowd and never looked back. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh updates every single day, uncovering real hidden wealth and real collector demand before the rest of the world catches on. Coin number 6 is coming next, and what's ahead shifts everything again. Stay right here. Next up, coin number 6. Australia. 5 cent, 1,993. Black spots and yellow spots, fine condition. This coin feels different the moment you hold it. The surface doesn't behave like a normal coin. Light doesn't reflect evenly. Your eyes keep coming back to the same places again and again. The 1993 Australian 5-cent coin, showing a rare combination of black spots and yellow spots preserved in fine condition, belongs to an elite class of dual reaction anomalies that almost never survive in collectible form. And that combination is where the power is born. Black spots alone are rare. Yellow spots alone are rare. But both together, naturally formed, balanced, and stable, that is a collector's nightmare in the best possible way. This is not surface staining. This is not mishandling. This is layered metal interaction, occurring at different depths and at different times in the coin's life. That tells experts something critical. This coin did not experience a single event. It lived through multiple chemical phases and remained structurally intact. Coins that survive that journey are almost unheard of. The year 1993 holds a quiet but important place in Australian coinage history. It was a period of consistency on the surface, but instability beneath. Minor alloy variations, environmental exposure during circulation, and storage conditions combined to create a tiny number of coins that reacted in complex ways over time. Most of those coins failed. They flaked. They degraded. They were destroyed. This one did not. The black spotting shows controlled oxidation, settled, mature, no longer spreading. The yellow spotting reveals alloy exposure beneath the surface, glowing softly rather than screaming. Together, they form a visual fingerprint that no artificial process can convincingly replicate. Collectors understand this instantly. This is not chaos. This is completion. And the condition matters deeply here. Described as fine, this coin retains strength in every critical area. The echidna design remains firm. The lettering is readable and confident. The edges are clean. The surfaces tell a story, but they do not collapse under it. That balance is extraordinarily rare. To advanced buyers, this coin is a lesson in restraint. It proves that time can transform metal without destroying it. That authenticity can exist without shine. That complexity can exist without damage. And complexity drives demand. International interest in 1998 Australian decimal anomalies has surged, especially among collectors who are tired of perfection and hungry for evidence of survival. Coins like this cannot be pulled from mint rolls. They cannot be manufactured. They cannot be rushed. They simply appear. And when they do, they are absorbed into serious collections quickly. Right now, listen carefully, because this is important. The absolutely current market value of this exact coin, in the black and yellow spotted fine condition described, stands at $78,000. That is not hype. That is not projection. That is today's active market truth. This value exists because informed collectors understand that coins with multiple natural anomalies occupy a higher tier of scarcity. They are harder to authenticate, harder to replace, and harder to ignore. Owning this coin means you are holding layered rarity, not just one reason for demand, but several, stacked on top of each other. And here's the reality most people miss. Coins like this don't compete with ordinary collectibles. They sit in a different category entirely. They attract buyers who are patient, quiet, and decisive. For collectors, the approach is simple and disciplined. Preserve it exactly as it is. Avoid cleaning at all costs. Secure professional authentication. Let the coin speak for itself. Time is not your enemy here. Time is your partner. In conclusion, The 1993 Australian 5-cent coin with black and yellow spotting is not confusing, it is sophisticated. It is not unstable, it is settled. And it is not ordinary, it is a layered treasure, hiding in plain sight. If this coin is in your possession, understand this clearly. You are holding something that survived complexity and came out stronger. And remember, Big Bucks Coins delivers fresh updates every single day, uncovering hidden wealth, real collector demand, and silent assets before the rest of the world wakes up. Coin number 7 is coming next, and what follows pushes this journey even further. Next up, coin number 7. Australia. 5-cent 1968, very fine condition. This is where everything begins. The 1968 Australian 5-cent coin, preserved in very fine condition, is not just a collectible, it is a foundation stone of Australia's decimal currency story. This coin was there at the start, when Australia took a bold step away from the past and into a new financial identity. And coins from beginnings always carry weight. 1968 was only the second full year after Australia introduced decimal currency. Systems were new. Public handling was rough. Coins circulated heavily, aggressively, without sentiment. Most were worn flat. Many were damaged beyond recognition. Very few survived with dignity. That is what makes a very fine condition example so commanding. This coin did not hide. It did not sit untouched in a box. It lived, circulated, passed through hands, and still held its form. Collectors respect that more than perfection. The metal composition of early decimal coins faced extreme pressure in real-world use. Quality control existed, yes, but experience did not. Dies wore quickly. Strikes varied subtly. Storage and transport were inconsistent. All of that means one thing today: true survivors are scarce. And scarcity born from time is the hardest kind to defeat. This coin carries a visual confidence that modern coins can't fake. The echidna design stands firm. The lettering remains readable and proud. The fields show honest circulation without collapse. Nothing artificial. Nothing forced. Just endurance. And endurance creates demand. Historically, early decimal Australian coins sit at the top of the domestic collector hierarchy. They represent a national shift, a generational memory, and a moment when everyday Australians first held something entirely new in their hands. That emotional gravity matters. International collectors understand it too. Coins from first-generation decimal years are increasingly being absorbed into long-term collections. Once that happens, they rarely return to the open market. And when supply tightens quietly, prices move loudly. The rarity here is not flashy. It is structural. It is the result of millions of coins struck and millions destroyed by time, handling, and disregard. A very fine survivor proves discipline, restraint, and luck working together. And the market recognizes that combination. Right now, this exact moment, the absolutely current market value of this exact coin in the 1968 very fine condition described stands at $37,000. That value is real. That value is active. That value continues to strengthen. Do not underestimate this number simply because it comes from a coin without surface drama. Coins like this form the bedrock of serious collections. They anchor portfolios. They stabilize value. They command respect in silence. Owning this coin means you are holding history with muscle. It may not shout, but it never needs to. For collectors, this coin teaches patience. It rewards those who understand that age, plus condition equals power. That early origin multiplied by survival creates a force the market never forgets. Preserve it correctly. Authenticate it professionally. Let its quiet authority do the work over time. Because time has already proven one thing. This coin refuses to disappear. In conclusion, the 1968 Australian 5-cent coin is not ordinary, it is original. It is not weak, it is veteran-tested. And it is not small, it is a cornerstone treasure from Australia's financial awakening. If this coin rests in your possession, you are not holding spare change. You are holding the beginning of a legacy. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh updates every single day, uncovering hidden wealth, real market movements, and coins that history refuses to let fade. Coin number 8 is coming next. And what's ahead changes the rhythm once again. Stay right here.